This is Luzerne County Community College men's basketball on MyTV WQMY.
Welcome inside the James T. Atherton Gymnasium. We're in Nanticoke, Luzerne County. Tonight, it's an Eastern Pennsylvania athletic clash between Lehigh Carbon Community College and Luzerne County Community College. Good afternoon, everyone. I'm Bob I, joined tonight courtside by Mr. Basketball himself, Douglas Walsh. Doug, good to have you back, and good to have basketball back here on campus for the Trailblazers. It's been 3.5 years, but they have a lot of history here.
Good to be back with you guys in the team. Jimmy Atherton, the name is on the gymnasium. I coached against him for 30 years here, so they got a lot of history. It's good to see them back.
They're going to take on the Cougars tonight. They've lost 2 in a row. They have some good players. These two teams have already met, and Lehigh Carbon lost the first game. So tonight we're going to see our Bathfitter spotlight player Joshua Shepard lead the Cougars.
Well, he's playing well of late. He's coming off 18 points against Montgomery. He's 23, 4, and 3 threes with perfect from the line. Last time out, he's playing consistently well. Lucerne's going to have to check him, know where he is on the three-point line.
Trailblazers coming off their second win over Harrisburg Community College, and leading the way is a local guy. Our other Bathfitter spotlight player is Christopher Johnson.
Yeah, Chris Johnson, the 13 points the last time these two teams made. He shoots a solid percentage from the field. He's a threat from deep. He's got the most points scored for Luzerne thus far this year. Region 19, a real good foul shooter at 79%. He's coming off 23 points, 8 rebounds, and 4 assists last time he was out.
I know you did your research. You watched the last game. Give us some keys to the game, brought to you by Blaze Alexander.
Well, Lehigh Carbon got off to a really poor start the last time. They were down 30-9. They cut it to 5 in the second half, but they got to come out and get a good start. They've got to do well in the post. Evan Wilt came in the last time, was dominant in the post. For Luzerne, they got to cut back on their turnovers. They're turning it over an awful lot too much. And Daniels can't rebound by himself. They got a defensive rebound.
Should be a good one here. Back on campus for a great college game between Lehigh Carbon Community College and Luzerne County Community College. The opening tip, starting lineups are on the way.
You're watching Luzerne County Community College men's basketball on MyTV WQMY.
Let's check this afternoon's starters. First for the Cougars of Lehigh Carbon Community College, it will be Shepard, Bonzu, Davis, Abram, and Rouse. Your starting lineups brought to you by Medicus Urgent Care. And for the Trailblazers of Luzerne County, pretty much the same lineup we saw the other night. Johnson, Beasley Jr., Preston, Hanif, and Daniels. Your referees tonight, Leighton, Liuzzo, and Gavin. And we are all set here at Luzerne County Community College for the opening tip. It will be Daniels and Davis. And it will be controlled by the Trailblazers in the white with the turquoise on the side. Lehigh Carbon in the dark uniforms with the white letters.
Lehigh Carbon opens up man-to-man. Luzerne will probably play some zone, but Lehigh Carbon will play predominantly man-to-man.
Taken back by Rouse. They'll bring it up quickly. We'll have an up-and-down type of game. 68 points per game average for the Cougars. Shoot 47% from the floor. Luzerne giving up 78, so could see a high-scoring game. We usually come here, we usually see a high-scoring game, Doug.
Yeah. Well, the zone has Lehigh Carbon a little bit baffled on the first possession.
First shot taken by Davis, the 6'5 freshman. Brought down by Beasley Jr. Johnson's the leading scorer. We talked about him in pregame. They averaged 67 points per game, coming off a 92-68 win the other night against Harrisburg. Try to force it inside. Hanif, nice board.
Yeah, as a general rule, they want to play a little bit faster. You can run off turnovers and see if Lehigh Carbon finishes this.
Shepard tried to take it in. He was blocked away, and they're going to get back into the corner. Of course, 30-second shot clock in college basketball. We're using it here. 20-minute halves. Back out. 10 on the shot clock. Inside to Davis, and he gets the first points.
A good patience by Bonsu. He had a couple of good looks, but he passed them up for a better one. Got it inside of Joseph Davis. Now you see Lehigh Carbon playing zone as well.
Yeah, they came out of 2-3 and blocked away by Shepard. Got a free lane He lays it up. 4-0 lead.
Well, you wouldn't say either one of these teams is stellar from beyond the arc, so you can afford to play zone and dare each team to shoot it. See the high screener roll with Daniels. Johnson turned it over. That's what we talked about in the pregame. Johnson's been turning it over a little bit too much for Luzerne of late. They got to avoid that.
46 years for John Layton with the stripes on. Doug, did you last that long?
He came up when I was coaching. we had a verbal battles.
Down on the floor goes Preston, and we call for a travel. Ron Struthers, the first season coach here, coached the return of basketball. He takes over. Long resume for Ron. Too long to go through.
Yeah.
But assistant at Valley West, coached here, coached a bunch of different places, and happy to be back on campus here at Luzerne. Jake Sarwar is here as well. We'll talk to him. He'll have some interviews with some of the administration as Trailblazers get a turnover.
Good, but Johnson got his hand in there and knocked it off Shepard's leg.
Trailblazers still trying to get on the board, shooting 38% from the floor, 29% for threes, 127 on the year. Speaking of threes, and off the mark for Preston. Daniels, the foul, and he'll go to the line. The big guy, 6'7" freshman out of Wyoming Valley West.
Well, he can rebound. The last time they played, he had 17 rebounds. The other night, he had 15, so he can clean the glass.
He averages 5.1 points per game. Just a 48% foul shooter, and he hits that one. That looked pretty clean to me.
Well, when you offensive rebound, Bob, that'll get you to the foul line. You saw it right there. He gets good position, doesn't foul, doesn't go over the back, goes straight up, and then he takes the hit.
More importantly, he gets a foul on Davis, their big guy. That was short. Great speed from a knee, but he can't control it. Up quickly, Abram, over to Shepard.
Yeah. Abram had Shepard the whole time. He didn't see him until late, but all's well that ends well. I don't think Luzerne expected Lehigh Carbon to play zone, Bob. They're a little out of sorts on the offensive end with this zone.
Great find to Daniels from Johnson. No foul called, and it will remain Trailblazers ball.
We'll see how they work. It's still zone for Lehigh Carbon. Sometimes they look for the inbounder after this, which would be Johnson. Not this time.
Just 4 wins on the season for Luzerne County. Trying to pick up a big one here. Preston outside, no good.
Yeah, Luzerne is a little out of sorts with the zone by Lehigh Carbon. They're not getting anything they want. One time they got it inside of Daniels, but that was it.
15 on the shot clock. Back into Davis. Tries to back Daniels down, and we'll get a foul, and we'll get our first media timeout. It's the Cougars over the Trailblazers 6-1. We'll be right back with some free throws on MyTV WQMY.
Tonight's Blaze Alexander Family Dealerships marquee matchup features 2 of the Region 19's top shot blockers. Sade Joseph Davis is 5th in block shots. He's coming off a stellar performance versus Passaic, where he scored 14 points on 7 of 10 for shooting, pulled down 6 boards, handed out a couple of assists as well. Jonathan Daniels, who ranks 8th in blocks in the region. The last time out, he had 15 boards versus Harrisburg, and the first time these two teams met, he had 17 rebounds. Sade Joseph Davis and Jonathan Daniels are tonight's Blaze Alexander Family Dealership marquee matchup to watch.
So when we come back on the floor, Davis will go to the line to shoot 2. Foul was on Daniels. So Davis out of Edison, New Jersey, 50% foul shooter, had 14 against Passaic the other night. And we just talked about him, that one in and out. So what do you want to see from Luzerne on the offensive side? So far, just 1 point in 4 minutes.
Well, you're going to have to get Hanif involved in the offense, maybe with some pick and rolls on the top of the guys with the zone. The ball is getting into Daniels. It's got to continue, but he's going to have to finish.
As you mentioned, the zone may have threw them off. They're still in that looks like 2-3 zone.
Yeah, see, now they're posted up Hanif down low, along with Daniels, one on each post. There's Hanif on the high post. They won't give it to him.
You don't want to force it, though. Johnson can shoot from the outside, 10 on the shot clock. They find Hanif inside, and it's blocked away by Davis. Last touch by Daniels. It goes over to the Cougars. Ron Strother's going to quickly go to his bench and then looks like bringing in Matt Panchera, a freshman out of Meadville. There's the block again.
Now you see Joseph Davis, a little bit of a height advantage on Hanif inside.
You see Panchera, 25 against Penn State Scranton this year. Averages 10 points per game. So let's see if he can give them a spark off the bench.
That's exactly what he's in there for, Bob, is to see if he can knock down a couple of jumpers. Get some scoring for Luzerne.
Outside shot by Shepard, no good. Looks like that's what Luzerne wants, the shot. Oh, but a big board. Behind the back, Davis, no good. Davis gets the rebound. Another rebound for Bonzu, no good. 3 opportunities for the Cougars, and Trailblazers are lucky to come out with it.
Great job by Daniels. He blocked 1 or 2 of them, and he changed a few others, but kept Lehigh Carbon from scoring there.
So Trailblazers still looking for that first field goal. And they move it around.
This is kind of reverse of what happened last time, Bob. Lehigh Carbon couldn't throw the ball in the ocean the first 10 or 11 minutes, and Luzerne hasn't got a basket yet in the first 5.5 minutes.
So Abrams going to pick up the foul. That's the second foul for Lehigh Carbon.
Fresh 20 on the clock for Luzerne.
Again, it's been tough for this team to get in sync. They all came together. Most of them never played together. How tough is that? They're going to get on travel. That's got to be real tough on a coach.
Yeah, it's hard to put things together. These things take time. It's like starting all over again. I know they used to have a program here, but when you start all over, it takes time. You got to recruit your own guys. It takes years. People think you can do it in a month or two, but it takes a long time, a lot of effort, a lot of working together, all kinds of hard work.
So here's Lehigh Carbon, 5 and 12, 3 and 10 in the E-Pack. Just 3 and 6 on the road, another turnover.
Yeah, Roundtree got his hand in there with a steal.
Yeah, Francois Roundtree out of Westfield. Panchera can't get it to go. Good box out. Oh, Johnson with the hands. Couldn't get the layup to go. Still a dry spell for Luzerne, the home team.
Well, if you're Luzerne, you look up, you only have 1 point, but you're only down 5, so neither team is lighting up on the scoreboard.
No, not at all. Rouse connects on a little floater. Up to a 7-point lead now. Adderley, a freshman, at the scorer's table for Lehigh Carbon. Roundtree. He wants to take the shot. He does, and he connects. Let's see if that gets them going. Downtown for Roundtree. His 25th three-pointer on the season.
Well, Roundtree and Panchera each got a 3 up the first time they touched it, so that's what Coach Struthers wants.
The zone really slowing things down for both teams. More a half-court game, kind of not what we expected.
Yeah, you can't get out in transition as much yet. You're right.
Shepard answers very calmly, and he's leading the way. He has 7 points already. Does our spotlight player.
And you see the guards will chase up high, and then they'll fall back into that zone. A little pressure out, take some time off the clock.
Nice move by Panchera, his first 2. Back outside, nice and calm. Rouse with the 3-pointer. Okay, we'll take a break. Let's go over to Jake now. He's a special guest here. Jake, what do you have?
Hey, Bob, that's right. I'm here with Dr. Grace Ann Platukas. She's the Vice President for Enrollment Management and Student Affairs here. So, Dr. Platukas, talk to me a little bit. I mean, we have the basketball game going on right here, but what are some activities that are going on right now? We're halfway through the school year here at LCCC.
Sure, we're halfway through the school year, but we're just starting our spring semester. So for us, that's a welcome back bash all over again. We bring the students in for all sorts of introductions to our activities. We have a lot going on in terms of supports. We keep students engaged. We find that when students are engaged outside the classroom, they do better inside the classroom. And so we just have things going on all the time here on campus, as well as in our 8 centers that are outlying. In fact, we have late start classes going on in the centers. Sometimes they're starting later. We're still registering for those. So it's always a buzz of activity here at Luzerne. And then we go into recruiting season. So there's open house and a whole new way to welcome students who are not yet our students yet.
Sure. You were mentioning, of course, students, and I mean, that's kind of any school, right? But who are the types of students that come here?
We have an incredibly diverse student body in any number of ways. Age-wise, we have students who we consider our early college students. They're still in high school, getting early exposure. Then we have our traditional age college students. We go to our adult students who come in for any number of reasons. They come part-time, they come full-time. We have diversity events that attract different students, different races, ethnicities. We have an entire melting pot of a student base here at Luzerne.
Sure. Well, Doc, thank you so much. We're going to have more with you in just a little bit, but for now, Bob, back to you.
Thank you, Jace. Grace Ann, outside by Roundtree, no good. So just 6 points on the board so far for Luzerne. They're not shooting at a very high percentage so far.
No, if they're Lehigh Carbon's daring them to shoot the ball from the outside now. They made one. Panchura got a good look. That one fell a little bit short, so until they can prove otherwise, Lehigh Carbon's going to stay in the zone.
Yeah, they're picking up full court press, though, trying to get a turnover. Adderley back into the game. The big guy is blocked and also blocked and a jump ball. Nice job by Daniels taking care of Davis inside. Daniels at 6'7", the tallest guy on the floor for either team.
Yeah, he's a big force in there. He puts his hands up too. He almost touches the rim.
Here comes Beasley Jr. trying to get it up, and they find Daniels, and he lays it up and in. Good transition basketball from Luzerne.
Yeah, I think that's what they talked about during that timeout. See if we can push the ball up the floor. Even if we turn it over, we want to create a little bit more tempo, a little bit more up-tempo.
Shepard all the way in. He'll be fouled. Go to the line to shoot 2. Joshua Shepard out of Brooklyn, New York. 64% from the charity stripe.
He fell a little awkwardly. You see going up, there's a foul on the wrist, and then when he came down a little gingerly. He's a little slow to get to that line.
We saw Roscoe Atkins, 6th season with Lehigh Carbon. And they'll bring in substitution. Arlette Abar out of Allentown. He comes in. And also for Luzerne, that's number 12, Ryan Sullivan out of Valley West, a freshman as well.
Good job by Adderley. Luzerne fell asleep on the rebound and the foul shot. Adderley got it pretty easily and laid it in.
Don't want to give away those two. Back up to an 8-point lead and a turnover again by Luzerne.
Adderley doing it at both ends. Forced that turnover in the trap. They're picking up Luzerne as soon as they cross the timeline, trying to force a turnover, and sure enough, they go in there.
Luzerne into a man-to-man now. Trying to put some pressure on it after playing zone most of this first half. Coming up on the 10-minute mark of the first half. Adderley's going to be called for a charge.
Good job by Beasley, stepping in there and taking it. He got hit pretty hard. You don't want to see Adderley coming at you.
No, not at all.
He looks like he's gonna have a football underneath his arm. You wouldn't want to bring him down.
Yeah, 6'3" out of William Allen High School. That's in the Allentown area as well. So let's see if Luzerne now can take advantage, cut this into this 8-point advantage. Roundtree all the way to the rack, and he's going to be fouled, or we have an offensive foul.
Yeah, it might have been an illegal screen.
Or he stepped out of bounds, I think.
Okay.
There you see it. Couldn't see his feet, but another turnover. Both teams having trouble hanging on to the ball, Doug.
Yeah, they're going to get Rouse with a little bit of a carry there. He took it a little too far with the dribble. Lehigh Carbon picking their spots on when to go out there and pressure the guards.
Still in that 2-3 zone.
I think after makes, they pressure, and after misses, they go back into the zone.
Beasley Jr. forced it to Daniels. Maybe should have taken that shot. Instead, back down comes Davis, forces away inside. Daniels with the block and a big board from the big man.
Boy, I love the fact that they don't blow him out of the game too. He's going straight up with these blocks. He's good body control, Daniels.
Beasley Jr. way off the mark. Just 5 3-pointers on the year, 5 of 21. And we're going to have a 30-second timeout called by the Cougars. We'll stay right here for the 30. It's not the under 8 break yet. So there you see Ron Struthers going to go to the board. So what do you as a coach now want to talk about to Luzerne?
You know, if you're Luzerne, you're almost back in it. You're doing a little bit better on the offensive end, but you got to tighten up on the defensive end. But the ball's getting inside a little bit too easy now. Daniels has been bailing them out with some block shots, but you want to pressure those guards a little bit more to make it difficult for that ball to get inside. Because, you know, they have 3. Rouse has 2 good looks from the perimeter, so you have to go a little higher on the defensive end to challenge those 3-point shots if you're Luzerne.
If you're not familiar with the Eastern Pennsylvania Athletic Conference, here are some schools: Delaware County Community, Harcum College, Harrisburg Area Community, Lackawanna, Lehigh Carbon, Luzerne Manor College, Montgomery County Community College, Northampton Community College, Theda Stevens College, Williamson Trade Community College of Philadelphia, and Delaware Technical. Those are the teams in the EPAC, and Luzerne is being welcomed back into that league after 3.5 years away.
Again, Bob, as you said, Luzerne with the man-to-man instead of the zone.
And we get a foul on Shepard, trying to slow things down.
Coach
Roundtree.
Coach Struthers a little bit disappointed. He wanted to see that break continue. He was a little, he didn't want that foul call, but it goes toward the team foul. So
Abram back into the game for the Cougars. Rouse takes a seat. And now in the backcourt, we have Sullivan and Johnson for Luzerne. Let's see if we can get Johnson going, the team's leading scorer.
Now see, the ball goes inside to Panchura or anybody at the high post. It was Hanif before. It can go inside and then come back outside. You get a better look. Just not falling for Luzerne.
Back into the zone they go for Luzerne. Nice board by Ibar.
Yeah, Ibar, good penetration. Good use of the glass there.
His first 2. And back up to a 10-point lead for Lehigh. That's their largest of the game. Luzerne is, I would say, in a dry spell, but Daniels answered to that. He's their leading scorer. He has 5.
You know, they're trying to get a high-low just like what they did there with Panchura and Daniels versus that zone, so it's got to go into the high post. That's where the opening starts.
Adderley thought about it. Loses the handle. It goes out of bounds. Hanif back into the game in the first appearance to now for Asamani Diallo out of Wyoming Valley West. He had 10 against Thaddeus Stevens the other night. His first action.
I see, good job that time by Luzerne.
And now Daniels takes a seat,
yeah.
so they're not as tall.
Chase and Ibar off the 3.
See how long they can keep Daniels down.
Yeah, you look for Lehigh Carbon to punch it inside on the offensive end.
Decent shot by Sullivan off the mark. Alley gonna try to run the break. And they work it around. Abram taken away by Roundtree, no foul called. He has a clear shot, and he'll lay it up and in.
Well, you know, I'll say it again, Bob, for as poorly as Luzerne started off and not shooting the ball too well, you look up and they're only down 6 with 7.5 at home.
Yeah.
So they're okay, even though with that dry spell to start.
Roundtree has 5. Adderley, top of the key, blocked, and they're gonna have a foul called on Diallo. We'll take our timeout. And we'll head back over we'll take a look at the replay first.
Yeah, you see it punching inside. He's just so strong right there, Adderley. He doesn't think he can be stopped, and so far nobody has stopped him.
Okay, let's go over to Jake one more time.
Yeah, Bob, that's right. We're here with Dr. Platukis again. You know, earlier we were talking a little bit about just the events that are going on and the types of students you have. But, Doctor, tell me a little bit more about why you think students really are choosing Luzerne County Community.
There are many reasons our students choose to come here, chief of which sometimes is affordability. We not only have a very reasonably priced tuition in comparison to some other institutions, but we offer a full suite of financial supports for our students, and as we all know, everyone is concerned about their finances. There's also, we're very accessible to students. We welcome students of all types, and we provide the supports to ensure they're successful. And it's our quality academic programs. We have our students continually positively rate our faculty and our programs here as just a quality education from start to finish.
Sure. You know, if there is a student or, you know, a family member, anyone who's watching right now and is thinking, how can I get more information? How can they do so here?
Absolutely. I would start with our website, number one, bounce around there. We have a lot of great information. There are even bilingual tools if that's needed. And then I would invite anyone to come to the college. We have formal events to do so, but at any time we welcome anyone to come on a tour, just talk, get some advice on maybe, hey, I was thinking about this, or maybe that's not for me. I don't know what to do. Can you help me? And we're happy to help.
Perfect. All right. Well, we're going to talk to you again in the second half. But for now, Bob, right back up to you.
Thank you, Doctor, and thank you, Dr. Jake. Those great questions. Great college here at Luzerne County Community College. We'll talk to President Leary at halftime. That's coming up in about 7 minutes. Adderley at the line, misses the front end. So still just a 6-point game. He connects on the second one. So Daniel still remains on the bench, getting a little breather.
Yeah, we see if the ball doesn't go with the Diallo and inside and Hanif inside.
Knocked away from Johnson, no foul called. Cougars gonna try and run it. Adderley from downtown, back of the rim. Roundtree pulls it in. Evan Wilt, 6'6" freshman out of Willem Allen, in for the Cougars, number 33. We're gonna get an offensive foul. I think he extended the arm to Hanif. That's what the call is.
Great footwork there by Abram. Got beat him to the spot, and then maybe the arm, the little chicken wing came out.
Here we go.
Yeah, you see. Yeah, at the end there, yeah, little boy. There was some contact before, but yeah, that's a good call.
Anytime you extend that arm, Doug, you know they're gonna call foul.
Yeah.
And offensive foul on the other side. Wilt, I think, with the pick.
Yeah, they're gonna get Jerry Gatlin with 2 in a row. Gonna get an illegal screen on Evan Wilt. You gotta stay still when you're on those screens. He moved his feet a little bit.
Beasley Jr. replaces Sullivan. Daniel still remains on the bench, Luzerne's leading scorer. And the turnovers are starting to rack up for both teams, and they'll call a jump ball. And possession arrow goes to Luzerne.
And Coach Struthers just shaking his head. That was kind of an unforced error. They just dropped the ball.
At this time of the year, I know they came together late, but like they should be a little more in sync on offense.
Yeah,
you think?
some of these things are a little out of character.
Yeah.
Yes, sir. Yeah, I'll see if they can run anything out of the out-of-bounds play. A lot of times they run something for Roundtree, and they tried to, and then they slipped by Johnson, yeah.
Oh, Johnson picks up a foul on the body. He went and went the trees, and he comes out and he's going to shoot 2.
That's a design play coming out of the out-of-bounds play underneath. You either get Roundtree in the corner, or you get Johnson opening up after he screens, and that's what they got. They got Johnson open up after a screen, and then he goes to the line.
Yeah, the Danny Cook freshman going to go to the line. 79% on the year, looking for his first points of the game. He's their leading scorer, and he hits the front end of the 2 shots.
Like you would expect him to make foul shots. He's one of the best in the conference, 79%.
So an opportunity to cut into the Cougars' lead again.
We'll see if Luzerne, if after this make, maybe picks up a little bit, 3/4 court or a little pressure.
Bonsu back into the game, and he connects on that. Go back to 5. Nolan was back. And an easy layup for Robert Johnson, a freshman, and coach is quickly going to go to Gainer.
Lehigh Carbon knew they were coming with the press, and Johnson leaked out, got ahead of everybody. So it's a smart play.
Touchdown lead now for Lehigh Carbon. Back into a neat turnaround jumper, good. Nice shot by Lane Hanif, Kiski area sophomore.
Yeah. That's where you're going to be vulnerable for Lehigh Carbon, so you're going to have to keep attacking at that high post. Luzerne back to man.
Trying to look inside Adderley, and they lose it. Good defense by Hanif.
They're trying to post up Adderley. They couldn't get it to him. You're right, Bob.
Coast to coast for Mr. Diallo.
A little fire, a little pep in Luzerne's step now. They're a little bit more excited now on the defensive end.
Crowd getting into it as well. Stolen by Roundtree. And it's a 1-point lead.
Roundtree relentless on Abram. Abram tried to challenge him, and Roundtree picked him. Roundtree's turned this game around, Bob, with some defense and some excitement and a couple of baskets.
6-0 run for the Trailblazers. After a slow start, they're back into it, and we're going to have a block on the floor as Johnson moved. So Johnson will pick up his first, coach.
Yeah, you see the playing a little bit too much with it, and then Roundtree picked him. Bonsu's down on the baseline. Hurt his knee a little bit. Looks like he's holding his knee.
Yeah, Bonsu,
yeah.
Sophomore out of Easton, still on the floor. With 4:48 left in this first half. A nice 6-0 run now by Luzerne, and Ron Struthers' team finally maybe coming together.
Yeah, he turned to his assistant. They kind of smiled after the Roundtree laid that one in, like, okay, we're back in it.
73-51 was the score the last time these two teams played, December 12th.
Yeah, and that all started out at the beginning. Luzerne got out to a 30-9 advantage and never looked back. Lehigh Carbon cut it to 5 with about 12 minutes to go in the second half, but that's as close as they got. But that shaky start by Lehigh Carbon proved to be their doom. Let's see, both teams kind of getting a free time out here with the injury.
Bonsu remains on the floor, taking a look at by the trainers. He's back up.
Yeah, he's having trouble walking though.
Yeah.
They're gonna need a little help, but
I think they want to take him right to the locker room. So Jason Bonsu going to be quickly looked at. He has a cover on that right knee. So it'll be an out-of-bounds play for Lehigh Carbon. Now just a 1-point lead as Luzerne has gone on a run here late in the first half. Out to Adderley.
I see they're crowding Rouse now after he made those threes.
Shepard off the mark from beyond the three-point mark. And look out, Doug, but Luzerne can take a lead here Johnson from downtown. Way off the mark. That came out of his hands wrong.
Now, if you're Luzerne, you don't mind that, Chad. He got a pretty good look. Might have been a little too deep, but it was a clean look.
Owen picked up Shepard at the top of the key, and he couldn't make the rebound. Off Daniels, and it will stay Cougar ball underneath. Now the action is starting to heat up.
Yeah, we're going to have an out-of-bounds play underneath. See if they look for Abram coming in after, or a slip down low for Rouse.
Adderley trying to use that big body. He did get it, but great defense. Here comes Hanif. They have numbers if they want it all. Throw it right away. Adderley doing a little cherry picking. He'll lay that in.
Great defense by Shepard to come up with that steal. Great anticipation on that long down pass. And then he had Adderley hanging.
Like to see a clean set here from Luzerne. Instead, they throw it away again. A lazy pass. And Ross couldn't get it to go, and we're going to get a foul, and we'll take a timeout. 3:43 left in the first half. Trailblazers have cut the Cougar lead to 3 as we head to the break. Welcome inside the James T. Atherton Gymnasium. We're on the campus of Luzerne County Community College. Nice EPAC basketball game. Bob-eyed Doug Walsh courtside. Nice little run there, 6-0 by the Trailblazers, and they're down just 3 late in this half.
Yeah, I think if you look at that scoreboard and you're only down 3 right now and you're going to the foul line, you're thrilled if you're Coach Struthers because of that start they had. Now they're back in it. They got a little bit of pep in their step. They're playing defense. They're causing turnovers. They're rebounding a little bit. So after this slow start, I think they got the ship righted.
How about for Coach Atkins' team? A lot of turnovers have helped the Trailblazers come back in.
Yeah, they forced a lot of turnovers. They didn't capitalize on a few like that last one. They had a wide open one for Rouse, and he missed the bunny. But Adderley missed a couple down low, too. But just about what we expected, evenly matched game. Both teams play the same kind of a style. Not really a great three-point shooting team, either one of them, but they play their zone and they drive the ball to the basket.
Blocked from behind as Pachero missed the front end of a 1-and-1. And we'll have another opportunity at the charity stripe for Luzerne.
Yeah, that's the last 2 fouls, and both went to bonus. You see here the drive by Adderley. Good block from behind. Both fouls committed by 85, 90 feet away from the basket. If you're Lehigh Carbon, you don't like to see that because now they're on the foul line shooting 1-on-1 the last 2 trips.
Daniels 1 for 2 so far tonight from the line. Gets the bend in the legs and pulls that one in. He has 6 now. Coach Struthers has to be happy, though. He could have been trailing by 10. Instead, he'll have it in single digits before the break.
And they got away with Hanif and Daniels on the bench as well for a little bit of a rest. So everything kind of going Luzerne's way. Now they're going to pick up a little 3/4 court, see if they don't trap a little bit here out of this and force some more tempo.
Here's Evan Wilt back into the game, the 6'6" freshman for Lehigh Carbon, who has just a 1-point lead here. 3.5 to go in this first half.
Let's see, this defense has Lehigh Carbon a little bit too far out, too.
And they'll lay it up and in. Beasley Jr. running the floor. And it's a Luzerne County Community College 1-point lead for the first time tonight. They've battled all the way back. Adderley taken away. They were down 10. Now they're trying to put on another run. Daniels no good. Panchero there. We're going to have a foul and some free throws for the Trailblazers.
Well, great defense there by Hanif. He took it right out of Adderley's hand, got them out in transition. That was the previous one. Yeah, Beasley finishing off there. Running off their defense. They're playing much better defense this last 6 or 7 minutes, and that's got them back in the ball game, forcing some turnovers, getting out in transition and getting some easy looks, and then also getting right here, getting to the foul line.
And they've done it without this guy having a field goal,
yeah.
too, their leading scorer.
Yeah. That bodes well for Luzerne going forward. everybody else is contributing. And if he ever gets hot, Lehigh Carbon could be in trouble.
Here, a pin drop in the gymnasium. Largest lead of the night for Luzerne. Inside as Rouse tried to force it in, and he'll take it underneath.
Lehigh Carbon's been stuck on 23 points for quite some time here. They need to either get to the foul line or get an offensive rebound to get off the schneid here.
Yeah, it's been a couple of minutes, at least 3, without any points. Good defense by Luzerne, and they're going to get Wilt on the push, trying to go for the ball.
Well, you can't say enough about their defense. You see the good ball, gets a hand in the passing lane, Johnson does, and Evan Wilt took a little bit of exception to it and kind of shoved Johnson.
I have him as his 3rd foul. It's the 10th team foul, so double bonus now for Luzerne. They put the best free throw shooter on the line.
Yeah, he's great defense, so he kind of deserves to be on the line after, again though, Bob, a foul in the backcourt. That's their 3rd foul, 75, 85, 90 feet away from the basket. And it allows Luzerne at home to get to the foul line. And if you get to the foul line at home, Lehigh Carbon's got a problem. I see Coach Struthers is directing his guys. They're going to come up with a little 3/4 court press here after the make.
Johnson has 6 points, Coach, all from the line.
Well, sometimes when you're struggling from the field, a couple of foul shots will get you
Of course, the
back
goal,
into the game.
the goal of these players to get to another school, right, to play. That's the goal.
Well, you want to be able to keep playing in the community college and the junior college, so you don't get rusty and then move on somewhere else. Yes.
10-0 run now for Luzerne. 7-point lead, and he's going to step out of bounds. So nothing going right for Lehigh Carbon. They keep turning the ball over, and they haven't scored in over 4 minutes.
You got to credit the intensity. You see them getting out in transition, and the good finish here by Johnson for his first field goal. The defensive intensity has picked up in the last 8 minutes for Luzerne, and that's what's been the turnaround.
And Lehigh Carbon looks like they're going into a man-to-man.
They're cheating out a little bit, yeah. They're going to get an illegal screen on Diallo. Yeah, Diallo wasn't set, didn't stay set.
Again, a lot of these players, freshmen and sophomores, still learning the collegiate game. The speed is different, the pace is different.
Yeah, Diallo didn't like that. He's got to come out now with 2 to sit the last one, 146. Coach Struthers with 2 fouls. You're going to have him on the bench. They're trying to post up Adderley. They got him.
Back outside the Rouse, and he connects for 2.
Now, well needed. As you said, they hadn't scored in quite some time. It was at least 4 minutes, probably 10 or 11 possessions.
Luzerne has to be happy. Less than 90 seconds left in this first half. Panchero down the lane. No one picked him up, and he lays it up and in.
Good versatility there. He got it. Drove it right. Scoop it back with the left. Good athletic ability there by Panchero.
Under a minute to play here at the Atherton Gymnasium. Rouse with the rebound. Couldn't take the full 20 there. And we're going to foul. Is that on Wilt again? If that's on Wilt, I have him for 4 in the first half.
Well, we'll see what Jerry Gavin's got. Yes,
yeah.
It's on Wilt. Yeah. Especially when the other team is double bonus, Bob, you got to be a little bit more disciplined there and let that rebound go. They had 3 guys around him and a lot of guys reaching. Again, I know I've said it before, but he can't score from where he is 95 feet away from the basket, but he can score from here with 2 shots on the foul line.
Yeah. Beasley 61% out of the year from Hanover. Just a freshman. Johnson set to come into the game for the Cougars for Wilt. And they're hitting their free throws now, connecting pretty nicely.
Yeah, you see On the offensive rebound, you might just want to get back and let him go. He can't hurt you there. He's 90 feet away from the basket. A little reach and put him on the line for a double bonus.
Sullivan back into the game for the Trailblazers. Bonzu got up. He wanted to come in. Coach said, no, you sit down. I don't know if he's been cleared from the trainer.
Looks like he's okay, though, huh?
Yeah.
Well, he wants it.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. Adderley throws it up with the right hand, and it goes down.
Yeah, you see he wants the ball. Every time he gets it, he's thinking score, and that's probably a good thing for Lehigh Carbon because they're having trouble scoring. So we need somebody to be aggressive on the offense.
Yeah, Adderley off the bench averages over 17 points a game, so they're going to get contribution from there. Stripped from Shepard. Back comes Johnson, doesn't foul wisely.
Boy, good job by Shepard. That's his third steal and 2 right out in the open floor. Quick hands.
Yeah, little 4-0 run now for the Cougars. No good by Johnson. Sullivan picks it up to Daniels. At the buzzer, it connects for Luzerne. What a showing in the last 5 minutes for the Trailblazers. They surged ahead, and they will take a 6-point lead into the break. When we come back on the other side of the Wegmans halftime report, the president of Luzerne County Community College will join Jake.
Hey everybody, welcome to halftime. Right now it's 35 for the Luzerne County Community College to 29 for Lehigh Carbon Community College. But right now I'm joined by the president of Luzerne County Community College, President Leary. President Leary, first and foremost, your team's in the lead right now. How are you feeling?
Oh, what a great game. And the spirit in this gymnasium, the fans are really into it. These are a great group of guys, and they only scored a point, I think, in the first 6 minutes. Look at it now. They scored 32. They're playing great defense.
Absolutely. So basketball is officially back now here after 3.5 years. Talk to me a little bit about the importance, especially in your role as president, that intercollegiate activities play for students here.
You know, young men and women, they practice all their life, they play games, they come to college, and having this back is such a great accomplishment for them because there's a spirit on the campus.
Sure.
In intercollegiate athletics, you build teamwork, you make friendships, and the coaches not only serve as coaches of the athletic teams, but they're really your mentors and your role models in many instances. We're so proud of this team because academically, the student athletes are performing in an excellent way. So in addition to athletics, this is great competition for them.
Sure. You mentioned a really good point about academics playing a huge role because that's also a big reason, of course, why we're coming to college. What are some resources on campus that this school offers? Because, sometimes it can be difficult for students to balance both their life, their academics, and their sports.
Most of our students, 75% of them work. Yeah. So they have a lot of outside responsibilities as well. But we have resources here at the college. We have tutoring, we have support services, we have study groups. We have really a team approach to how we address students. For example, you're in a math class, it may be challenging for you. Yeah. You can secure a tutor very quickly and get help that you need to guide you through the rest of the semester. So these resources are really enable students to achieve their success.
Sure. Well, Mr. President, after 16 years, at the end of June, we know you're set to retire. Talk to us about that too. I mean, as you're coming into your final months here as president, what's going through your mind?
What's going through my mind is first and foremost, my team has a great deal that we want to accomplish in the next several months. Some goals that we have, initiatives that we're really geared towards the students. But as I think about Luzerne County Community College and my experience in working with so many great faculty and staff, it has been such a rewarding time. The students that have come here, many of them, honestly, never dreamed that they were going to go to college. A community college serves such a vast audience. And we have students, we have 18 and 19-year-olds that come out of high school. We have 30 and 35-year-olds who come back to college after being away for a while. We have single moms who have responsibilities with their children who are coming into our programs. So just getting to know the people that we have had the privilege, and I've had the privilege to be part of and serve, is truly something that I treasure. And the stories that I've heard, the students inspire me because their determination and their persistence, the way I see them when they come in sometimes and I'm handing them their diploma when they're finishing, I know that their life story, and they inspire me because they have overcome a great deal and they go on to great success. 8 out of 10 stay right here in northeastern Pennsylvania. So you go to the hotels, the restaurants, the dental clinics, the hospitals,
You're running
the
into all of
businesses.
them.
You're running into all of them. They're telling you these great stories.
That's amazing. You mentioned something really quick just now about handing out diplomas and everything. Of course, this summer will be, one of your last times as president.
Yeah.
Talk to me about, that feeling there, how special it is for you.
It's the greatest privilege I've ever had in my life when you hand someone a diploma. And I'll tell you a quick story. Someone asked me one time, a couple of years ago in an interview, what's your favorite time what's your favorite memory of the college? And it dawned on me that it wasn't any standing in front of a building, dedicating it, or announcing a great academic program, but it was a woman walking across the stage who I had met at freshman orientation. She had shared with me a story where she faced a lot of challenges. When I was handing her diploma, there was a moment, it was almost eerie, of quiet in the place, and I heard this little girl yell, "Mommy." And that captured that moment.
And that makes it all worth it there.
5-year-old girl looking at her mother, so proud. It inspires the next generation. She's going to follow in her mother's footsteps and get an education.
Absolutely. Well, President Leary, don't go anywhere. We have more with you in just a little bit. Halftime continues right here on MyTV WQMY. And everybody, welcome back to Halftime here. I'm joined once again by President Leary, president of Luzerne County Community College. Mr. Leary, talk to me a little bit about kind of your start here at the college. I mean, I know you were talking earlier, I did my homework, I was coming back to school, right? I know you were going to go to law school, but you decided to join the team here in admission. Talk to me a little bit about that.
Well, I was on my way to Pittsburgh to law school, and there was a job available here at the college. I applied, and it was in recruiting and admissions. College was really in its infancy, it was young. And when I looked around, there wasn't a lot of appeal at that time because we were still building the structure and getting everything done here in Nanticoke. But it had a ring of passion to it because it was different. A community college is open to everyone. And I decided to come here, and I'll tell you something right now, one of the best decisions in my life. I have a lot of friends who are lawyers. It's a great profession. But being involved in education in a community college, being in admissions, then going into student affairs, being the dean of students, a great job to have because you're interacting with the students all the time. You're helping to change policy, favoring the students, and then having this opportunity to work with such a great group of people to move the college forward. I mean, we have centers beyond this main campus. We have centers in Shamokin and Hazleton, Berwick, Watsontown, Pittston, Scranton, and Wilkes-Barre. All of those centers are serving people right there in their communities. So the college and we have programs that look at each of the groups in this area. For example, our English for Second Language program, that welcomes so many people into our community and makes the transition for them to be able to complete their education and go out and get jobs. So this is truly a college for everyone. And that is something that I just feel a great privilege
I think
of
something
being part
very
of.
unique about that we were talking about earlier is that you're still an adjunct professor as well. I mean, you don't see a lot of colleges all the time where their president, the man in charge, is actually in the classroom.
Yeah, I've been doing that for many years. Actually, about the second year after I started here. Every semester I teach one course.
So we could say over a decade at least.
Teaching?
The adjunct.
Yeah, 45 years.
Wow.
45 years. And I get into the classroom and I learn so much from the students. I mean, this is an opportunity for me to learn about the college. I get their perception. It enables me, in addition to the subject I love, teaching history, it enables me to find out on the ground what's going on, at the college that I can help improve.
Absolutely. President Leary, talk to me a little bit. We know the end of the fiscal year is when your term is going to come to an end, really. So talk to me a little bit. I mean, what's your hope for this institution going forward?
I think the foundation of this college has been established, and it's the personal connections with our faculty and our staff, with our students. When people come here, they have told me, when students come here, they have told me they feel comfortable. They feel an atmosphere that is supportive, and they feel at ease. The future of this college, the success of this college will always be to remember what our core mission was from the very beginning, to reach out and serve as many as possible, to help one at a time. We don't have any large classrooms, we never did. Even though we're the largest college in northeastern Pennsylvania, our class size is average about 13 students. So we are the future success of this college, it's remembering that and keeping that mission going forward so that we can continue to expand and make sure that everyone has an opportunity for their higher education.
Sure. Well, President Leary, thank you so much, and
Thank
thanks
you
for
very
joining us,
much.
and congratulations again.
Thank you, sir.
We're going to have more of Bob Ide in just a few minutes right here on my TV, WQMY.
It's Luzerne over Lehigh Carbon, 35-29. Bob Ide, Doug Walsh back with you. And Doug, at the 10-minute mark in the first half, Lehigh Carbon led 18-8, but slowly but surely, Luzerne dwindled that down. They went on a 14-6 run to end the half, and they are up by 6.
Yeah, well, the difference, Bob, is early on, Lehigh Carbon was forcing turnovers, but they weren't capitalizing on them. 13 turnovers for Luzerne in the first half. That's an awful lot. That's enough for a whole game. But Lehigh Carbon didn't capitalize. And on the flip side, once Luzerne ratcheted up their defense, they came up with 10 steals. They converted down the other end to get on that run. So that's the difference. And when they got on that run, they also got to the line. They got to the line 9. They made 9 out of 13. Yeah. And the visiting team has only been on the foul line 2 out of 6. So.
Wow. How about some first half highlights real quick as we get ready to start the second half? And as I said, it was Lehigh Carbon who came out pretty well. But again, back and back. Daniels, the leading scorer, puts it back in.
Well, they got some out in transition a little bit here. You see Diallo surveying the floor, and then he gets Johnson and shoots it himself. And, you know, they played well together in that most of the last 10 minutes. You see the bank shot there by Ibar, but out in transition again, you see Johnson with the finish. That's his first bucket, and he, you know, came with 6 minutes to go in the first, and the good defense by Lehigh Carbon. Shepard with 3 steals in the first half.
So Shepard leads the way for Lehigh Carbon. He has 10. 9 points for Daniels, the big guy, and 8 points for Johnson. 6 of those, as you mentioned, from the charity stripe. So we are set to begin the second half. It will be Lehigh Carbon ball out of bounds. And let's see what kind of changes both teams may have made.
Well, if you're Lehigh Carbon now, the first 4 or 5 minutes of the second half, very important. You got to get off to a good start on the road.
Looks like the Trailblazers in white in the zone again. Out to Shepard.
Rouse looking to spot up.
Adderley, 2 chances, make it 3, and Daniels finally pulls it down. Looking for some help, no foul call. Here comes Hanif. Looking for it, Lane Halif with the left hand blocked out of bounds, and Coach Struthers, he wants him to pass the ball.
Yeah. Joseph Davis with the block. You see both ends. You see why these guys, both guys, Daniels and Joseph Davis, are leading the conference in the top 10 in block shots. They both got one there. Only 40 seconds into the second half.
William Preston, number 7. Beasley Jr. Johnson out of Vandercook. Daniels and Hanif in the lineup to begin the second half. Hanif covered well. Looking for an open player. 2 on the shot clock. Hits the rim. And Johnson with the nice offensive board.
Boy, he couldn't ask for a better possession by Luzerne. They took it all the way down. Great defense by Carbon. Took it down to 28 seconds, but Johnson snuck in there behind Adderley and got that offensive board.
Ackley inside, lays it up and in. Nice job by Davis getting position on the inside.
Both teams looking to play the high-low game with the high post and the low post. Lehigh Carbon just did a better job that time.
Luzerne coming off a win over Harrisburg the other night. Put up 92 on the board. Here comes Rouse. Tried to get the crossover going, couldn't.
Rouse looking to spot up on the arc. He's made 2 already today.
Ackley using his body control and banks that one in. Adderley with 9.
Now he feels he can't be stopped. You can see he's so strong. Every time he gets it, he's going to take it hard to the basket.
A big turnover again.
Shepard again with the steal.
Little spin by Shepard, way off the mark. But an offensive board and stepped out of bounds did Davis.
Lehigh Carbon picking up a little bit more pressure. They're pressuring three-quarter court. They're going to fall back into the zone, but they're going to trap once or twice out near half court.
Luzerne averaging 68 points a game. Getting 33 rebounds per game. Hanif, he's just going to take it right in, and he'll use his body. Nice job by Lane Hanif.
You see, he was not going to be denied. As soon as he got the ball out at the 28-foot line, he was all systems go.
He has 4. Adderley, no good. Daniels, the big board. Let's see if Hanif wants to pass it or take it. He's taking it, and he's going to call for a charge.
Yep. You like the aggressiveness by Hanif, pushing it up the floor hard, but they stepped in there, and you see Abram step in there and take the hit, take the charge.
So Lane will take a seat. He has 3 fouls, replacing him, Pachera. He had a nice first half as well, off the bench for Luzerne. Pachera had 4. So Lehigh Carbon now trying to cut into this Trailblazer lead. Shepard from the outside, in and out.
Now, just like Luzerne said that they wanted to do, one and done. They're doing a good job on the defensive glass. Holding Lehigh Carbon to one and done.
Pachera, he had an easy drive to the lane. Good defense coming over on Davis.
Yeah, Joseph Davis coming over to help.
What are they going to call here? And Liuzzo calls a charge on Adderley, out of control for number 4.
Boy, you see Panchera standing there. No, I'm sorry, it's not Panchera. It's Beasley standing in there and taking the charge.
2 fouls on Adderley. Roundtree into the game.
Yeah, when Roundtree came in the first half, he provided a spark. Let's see if he can do it again in the second half.
Preston in the middle. They have overthought that. Daniels, big board. The big guy feeling it tonight.
Boy, he just out-toughed the defender there. Out-strengthened, pulled it right away from him and laid it in. Great job by Daniels.
Daniels, I have him for 10 as a high on the year, but he's well beyond that. Downtown for Rouse.
Now you see Rouse, yeah, he's spotting up. He wants it. He's waiting for it. He's getting his, they told him spot up and we'll see if we can get it to you.
That's Rouse's 48th 3 on the season. His first of tonight. I think Beasley Jr. got bailed out by a foul there, and we'll take our first timeout of the second half. The other 16 will be right back after this. And we are back. Here's what Lehigh Carbon has gone through this year. Just a 5-12 record, 3-10 in the EPAC, 3-6 on the road this year. Here's what they have coming up. Some nice games in there.
Yeah, they got to go to Bergen, then 3 at home, and then they finish with 4 of 5 on the road. So they're giving a lot of quality time with each other on the bus rides.
Cougars making the trip up from the Lehigh County. Probably the closest team this Luzerne probably plays. So a bit of a rivalry.
Yeah, right up the turnpike, and probably a little bit more than an hour, I'd say, right?
Yeah, just about that. So Beasley Jr., after the foul from Davis, goes to the line to shoot 2. He's 1 for 2 on the night from the stripe. He has 3 total points. Does the freshman out of Hanover area. And he connects on the first.
Yeah. Solid, good for him there. Let's see if they pick up 3/4 court, force some tempo, try to get a trap if he makes.
Well, coming in as a team, they shot 65% from the free throw line. They're a little bit higher percentage tonight.
Yeah, Yeah, advantage Luzerne in that department, and you would think it would be the other way around.
Adderley just willing his way inside, can't get it to go.
Yeah, they're going to get Daniels, I think. They see over the top. They threw over the top, and the strength of Adderley. Threw the first one up, knew he couldn't make it, but he was in the position to get the offensive rebound.
Adderley is 9. Goes to the line for the second time tonight. He's 1 of 2 from the stripe as they wipe up some moisture on the floor here at the Atherton Gymnasium.
Jimmy Atherton, what a great man. I tell you what, his tentacles went all over the country. He was tied in with a lot of big-time coaches.
651 games, 459 at Luzerne. Those are wins. And of course, they name a gymnasium after him.
And deservedly so. Great man, great coach.
Adderley with the block, and he's starting to try to take over this game, a little bit out of control.
That gets Luzerne out in transition.
They do. Pinchero out of control, but they're going to call a blocking foul on the floor on Abram. And they're going to get 2 shots. Here you go, look at it again.
Well, they're going to give him 2 on this Panchera. You start his motion to go up. Yep. Jerry Gavin thought so, and that's all that matters, so they give him 2.
Pinchero 0 for 1 tonight from the free throw line on the year, shooting just 48%, which, you know, for a guy that averages 10 points a game, has 22 threes, you find it bizarre sometimes they can't make a free throw.
Yeah, I never understood that either. You're right, Bob. I never understood that. Guys that can shoot threes can't make foul shots. You see it quite often. Not that they can't make it, but their percentage is a lot less than you would expect.
Still a 7-point lead for the home team.
Hey, you got to get out on him.
Oh, yeah, long range for Rouse, feeling it.
See, a lot of guys don't understand. To get threes, you can go inside and then come back outside. That's what they did. They hit the high post, and nobody checked on Rouse.
Pinchero back out, Roundtree, no good. Good box out by Davis. A little bit of a run now for the Cougars. And charge.
Yeah. Looks like
that's going to
Beasley.
go against the Cougars.
Yeah, looks like Beasley stepped in there and took the charge. A little bit out of control there was Johnson. And Lehigh Carbon wants to talk things over a little bit.
Oh, yeah, we'll take a quick timeout. It's the coaches' timeout, 14-17 remaining in the first half. We'll take a break. We'll come back. 44-40 the score. Well, here's what Luzerne has faced this year. Just a 4-15 record. They have wins over Penn State, Scranton, 2 over Harrisburg, and 1 over Lehigh Valley. Trying to pick up win number 5 on the year. And I think that's quite an accomplishment in itself.
Yeah.
In your first year back.
Yeah.
I mean, any wins are good.
But you can't look at the record if you're Luzerne. You're just trying to build a program, get things started. You don't worry about the one-loss percentage. Not just yet.
Beasley turns it over. Adderley, he'll probably take it all the way, and he'll be fouled, and he's going to have to earn it from the free throw line. Let's see who would. Leighton has the call on. John Leighton, the call is going to go on Pinchero.
Yeah, you called it. He wasn't going to give that up. You could see as soon as he got it, he was going all the way. Had the steal right about there. You know, that's when you said he's going all the way, and you were right.
Yeah. This year against Harrisburg, he had a high of 26 points.
You see, he's so strong going to the basket. He's got good moves. He's got good footwork. Just hasn't finished today like he'd like to, but
10 points so far tonight for the freshman out of William Allen High School. That's in the Allentown area. And he'll connect on the second one. He's not wasting time. He's stepping up and shooting them. I like that. Not taking the full
Don't think
10.
about it. Yeah, don't think
Just
about it.
do
Just shoot it. Sometimes when you think about it, it gets you in trouble.
Full court pressure now from the Cougars, trying to pick up a turnover. Beasley Jr. downtown off the mark. Too early in the shot clock, you think, for that shot?
Yeah, Lehigh Carbon doing a good job forcing that. Sometimes when boy, he's hot, Rouse. You know, what they want you to do when you're pressure like this is to shoot it early and shoot it before you're ready, and that's what Luzerne's doing. And then we got a tie ball game.
And the sophomore Rouse, his third three of the half. Panchero trying to answer that, can't. Daniels with the board, tied up, and we're going to go to the jump ball.
Well, if you're Luzerne, you got to know where number one is all the time. You see it goes inside, and then nobody is close enough to Rouse. And he needs a little time, but when you get that much time, you and I can make them, Bob. We got a little reset shot clock problem.
Get a full 30 now, not to 20. So a nice little run now for the Cougars to tie this one up. They trailed by 6 at the half. So a 15-9 run in this half for Lehigh Carbon. We're tied at 44. Sullivan back into the game. Number 11 in 12 in white.
A good battle down low between our marquee matchup. Joseph Davis and Daniels.
Sullivan, no good as the shot clock expired, but Adderley lost it out of bounds.
Good job by Johnson there. Adderley got it and was on his way, and Johnson stepped in there and forced the turnover.
Full timeout. We'll stay right here. And 44-44, you see Ron Struthers' first season here. Was the Penn State Wilkes-Barre women's coach, assistant at Valley West. And here's what the Trailblazers will face the rest of the year. They have Thaddeus Stevens coming up, Atlanta Cape. They have quite a few games here at home, so get down here to the Atherton Arena. Nice crowd on hand here on campus for a 5 o'clock tip-off.
Yeah.
Very unusual.
Yeah.
Still have time to go out tonight, Doug.
You know, that's not a bad idea, Bob.
Okay, you're buying.
Okay.
See, I got roped you into that. Roped you into that. So, hey, I'd like to see a couple more wins here for Luzerne and the season strong and maybe an EPAC playoff spot.
Yeah, it's possible. Yeah, anything's possible.
Get some more games in, and then, I know Coach Struthers will be out recruiting, and we'll talk to the athletic director here about the upcoming sports they're going to keep adding back on here at Luzerne. No women's team this year.
Well,
baseball is supposed to come back, but I'll let Tyler Russell talk to you about that when he meets with Jake in a little bit later on. So out of the timeout by Lehigh Carbon, it's Luzerne ball, tied at 44.
Yeah, they try to work high post offense here. 1-4 high. And then they'll slide somebody down to the low block.
Hit the rim, and Sullivan saves it, and he steps out of bounds. So good defense by the Cougars to get that shot clock all the way down.
A great effort by Sullivan. He almost came up with that offensive rebound. He snuck in there in front of Shepard. Shepard wasn't paying attention. Sullivan almost got it. Back to zone now, Luzerne. 2-3 zone. You got to know where Rouse is, though, if you're Luzerne.
Yeah, he has the hot hand, number 1. Panchero, the steal. And he'll lay it up and in.
Yeah, good defense by Ventura. Cross-court pass. Stolen, and he challenged Rouse to see if he could block it.
He has
Rouse
7 on the night for Panchero. Sorry about that, Doug. And a steal.
Another turnover.
And a foul. Now this should be our media timeout. The foul on the floor.
Yeah. Get Robert Johnson with that foul.
Yep. Trying to figure out what's going on. Jake's in the corner. He has another special guest. Jake?
We're back with Dr. Grace and Platukas here. Earlier we were talking a lot about your students here on the campus. So talk to me, I mean, a big kind of theme in higher ed is engaged students are retained students. Talk to me, how does LCC really retain those students here so that they continue on with their education or trust that they can continue their education?
Sure. Engagement for us is paramount. We are talking all the time about creating ways to create a sense of belonging for our students. We feel it and we want our students to feel it, and there's any number of ways that can happen through athletics, activities, events on campus. We encourage participation at our centers. Always some food, refreshments, that helps, as well as engagement in the classroom. Students who are engaged in their learning are better learners and they are more successful. And then it continues right through the pathway, whether it's transfer, career, wherever we are leading the student, we just keep them engaged along the way and make them feel that they are in the right place, they belong here, they've made the right choice, and how can we help them get where they want to go.
Sure. Right now, earlier we said, you're kicking off the second semester. You were in kind of the height of your recruiting season. Where are you at right now with as far as your class for the incoming fall?
In terms of numbers, we are registering now for summer. We're not yet registering for fall, but we've been seeing some small growth year over year and semester over semester, which is fabulous because, as we all know, during the pandemic, enrolling students was a challenge. Students weren't sure if they should be in college and were busy dealing with the realities of life. And fortunately, we're bouncing back from that. We're seeing increases in our students coming back. We see increases in all different types of students, from our early college to our readmits, some students who maybe took some time off. So there's any number of student populations that this growth is occurring. It's fantastic to see.
Yeah, anytime there's growth, great to hear. Dr. Platukas, thank you so much for being with us tonight. Bob, right back to you.
So Lane Hanif gets off the bench, steps right back in, and hits another 2. He has 6 on the night, and back to a 4-point lead for Luzerne.
Yeah, Lehigh Carbon gets there. They can't get over the hump now.
But Shepard brings them right back from way downtown. His second 3 of the evening for Joshua Shepard out of Brooklyn. His 22 now threes on the year.
Yep. Coach Akins has his best offensive group on the floor right now.
Here you see the shot from Shepard. He's heated up. Rouse comes in now.
It'll be interesting to see how Evan Wilt does with the foul trouble. First time they played, he kind of turned the game around for them when they couldn't score in the first half, but he's been limited with those fouls today.
Knocked away, and Roundtree goes down with some moisture on the floor in the one corner on the turnover. I was going to say Lehigh Carbon could take back the lead for the first time since midway through that first half.
And they got another crack at it now.
They've heated up from the three-point line. Let's see if they can get anybody outside. Davis tried to use the backboard, couldn't get it. Shepard to Wilt, and they knocked out of bounds.
Shepard with a disgusted look. He knew he had Wilt down low, but he just overthrew him. He's holding his hip too. He might get banged a little bit on that possession.
Cougars stepping into a 3-2-3 zone. Sullivan shot no good. Back to Daniels. Like to see him get heated up. Christopher Johnson, excuse me. Daniels is on the bench. Johnson on cue. Can't get it to go. And we're going to have an offensive foul, I believe, against Diallo.
Yeah, maybe a little bit of a push in the back before he went up for that rebound.
So let's see how long Jonathan Daniels can stay on the bench.
And Johnson gave a look like, boy, that was halfway down. How did that not go in?
So definitely a pure height advantage now for the Cougars with this lineup in. And they find Wilt, and easy layup with the left hand.
Yeah, they finally got over the hump with a good high-low. Good catch there by Wilt. Got a fastball from the high post.
Yeah, he had a good game last time, and his first field goal of tonight. And
Yes.
Lehigh Carbon back into the lead for the first time, as I said, since midway through that first half.
Yeah, Wilt had 7 field goals out of 10 tries last time they played.
Bank was not open for Mr. Sullivan downtown.
Coach Struthers, as you said before, a couple of quick shots in the possession. They're going to get Roundtree out of reach. He didn't think so. Nobody else did on the Luzerne bench, but
So that will be the 6th team foul for Luzerne. So free throws yet.
So if you're Lehigh Carbon, you're okay now, because with 9:28 to go, the next foul, you're going to be in the bonus.
Under 10 to play here at Atherton Gymnasium on a Thursday night of college basketball. Nice steal by Diallo, and no one took him, so he says, I'm going to take it to the rack. And he does.
Good job by Diallo. Yeah, that's exactly what he said. He was about ready to slow it up, but then nobody took him, so he took it all the way.
Adderley muscling his way in, and he'll knock it out of bounds. Great job by Luzerne just to control some boards.
Boy, he is so strong, Adderley, and Luzerne doing a real good job not fouling. You see, here's the takeaway, and he was going to back it out, and they said, well, I got a clear path to the basket, so I might as well take it.
That's right, you're here to score. Full court press now by the Cougars. Nice back and forth game we got going now. Who wants to pull this one out?
Now, 2 things that 3/4 court press does. It may force you into a quick shot, but it also, if you don't get the quick shot, it has already taken 8 or 10 seconds off that shot clock.
5 seconds on the clock, and Eve going to be called for a travel. With 2 on the shot clock, and there you saw the reaction from the coach.
Yeah, Lehigh Carbon doing what they need to do on the defensive end, and then with the high-low on the offensive end.
So A.J. Rouse brings it down. 3 threes in this half. Shepard, another guy who can score at any second, and they didn't pick him up, so he just walks for himself right in.
Right on cue, Bob.
Shepard, the leading scorer from the other night in their win or loss at Passaic.
Yeah, he couldn't believe he was that open. He had to shoot it there, just inside the foul line.
Johnson, may have got fouled, no call. Hanif, a big board in the trees, lays it up and in. Nice up and under.
Guys on Lehigh Carbon thought he might get away with a travel. Again with Rouse. That was deep.
That's real deep. He's got 4 threes in the half alone.
Yeah, the defense was a little better that time, but you're going to have to go out a little higher, I guess.
He's their leading scorer. He's got 18. And we'll have a foul on the floor, and then we'll go over to Jake. It's going to go against Wilt. That will be 5, and we'll take the timeout. Timeout on the floor as well. Let's go back to Jake and talk a little athletics here.
Yeah, Bob, that's right. I'm here with Tyler Russell, the Director of Student Life and Athletics here at Luzerne County Community College. Talk to me. This is the first game, the first athletic sporting competition that's been back in 3.5 years. I mean, talk to me just about having sports back here on campus.
Yeah, it's really great. We're excited to have athletics back. You know, we had men and women's cross country during that time, but this is the first true team sport we've had, like you said, in 3 years. We're building a women's basketball team. We're building a men's baseball. We're building a softball team. But to have these gentlemen out on the court has been awesome for the campus community, and I can't have been rewarded better with this group of guys. They've been high character, doing a lot for the campus community. Just great group of guys. Really appreciate it.
Sure, and I mean, we're seeing it's a very, very tight game here, really a nail biter. Talk to me about that as well, too. I mean, earlier President Leary was mentioning to me about the academics that they're taking on, of how they're doing well academically, they're doing well athletically. I mean, talk to me again as the director of athletics, how that makes you feel.
Oh man, I couldn't have asked for a better group. You know, I had to really think about what grades meant, and we were doing our re-spec of eligibility for this semester, and I was able to look through our team, and we actually had a 3.08 GPA for the team, which I don't know anybody out there that really knows what that means, but that's phenomenal for a group of guys. It's been absolutely phenomenal to see everything they've done in the classroom, the grades they've got. You know, they come and show us tests where they got A's, 98%, and it's just another addition. The basketball is secondary to academics here, and it's working real well.
Sure, really quick before I let you go, if someone's interested in getting involved in some type of athletic activity here on campus, how can they do so?
Check out our website. We got an athletics page. There's a big button on it that says, I'm interested in athletics. Click on that, fill out the form, and we'll have somebody reach out to you to get you involved.
Sounds good. Well, Tyler, thank you so much again. Bye-bye. Back to you.
Well, I thank Tyler for all of his help tonight, along with Ron Struthers. And, yeah, great school to get to if you're in Luzerne, Lackawanna counties. Doesn't cost a lot. You get a great education. You can play some basketball and then move on. So Hanif from the free throw line, his first free throws tonight. 65% on the year. And he's given some good minutes with Daniels on the bench.
Well, you know, you get back to the junior college and the community colleges. You know, some guys might not want to go away. Some might want to stay close to home. Sometimes you're not mature enough to go away, get into college. It gives you a little bit of a little breathing room. It gives you a little taste of it without all the other stuff.
Coming up on the 7-minute mark, we're tied at 54. Shepard's shot, no good. Diallo just going to bring it down again. Trying to pick up full court, they can't.
They'll fall back into the zone now this time, Carbon.
Machero off the mark. Here comes Adderley. You got to stop the ball here because he's going to go. Little hop step, no good. Knocked out of bounds.
He's so frustrated. Adderley, he's getting good looks.
Yeah.
He's pounding the ball to the basket. He just can't finish. He's a little bit frustrated. But
and here you go again.
yeah, you see, that's strong. And normally he would finish that, but you know, credit Diallo for coming over and challenging him.
And he's running the point here. Back to Diallo, and he connects from downtown.
Well, they could use that, Luzerne, not noted for shooting threes, but
yeah, only his 5th on the season. Taken away by Roundtree, and he gets his own bucket. 5-0 run, 5-point lead for the Trailblazers.
well, you can't say enough about Roundtree's defense. Oh, they're going to get him for a foul.
He plays with a lot of motion. He comes off the bench. He gives him a spark. I mean,
Yeah.
that's what you want
He's
for
playing
a
real
sophomore.
good defense. You see the lefty there. Diallo with a pretty good look from the corner, knocked that down. And then the solid defense here by Roundtree. Challenges Rouse, and Rouse is out of the shot, and Roundtree cleans it up.
So we're in the bonus. 1-1 for Lehigh Carbon now the rest of the way as Rouse connects on that one. He has 19 now. Leads the Cougars in scoring here tonight. Gonna try to make the second one here as silence comes over the
silence is deafening.
Yeah.
Yeah, people think it's easy too. You shoot a foul shots, but there's all kinds of 60, 70, 80 people. Nobody says a word. It's quiet. It's not easy.
So Luzerne looking for crisp offense here. No turnovers. That'll be the key. Up 3. Daniel's still on the bench, by the way, and 7 on the shot clock.
Yeah, that possession did not change, so there's
Did not hit the rim. We're going to get an offensive foul on Diallo, and that will get Daniels off the bench.
Yep, that's going to put Robert Johnson on the line for a 1-on-1 down the other end.
Well, that's Diallo's 4th, but Daniels was coming in no matter what. And we're going to have more free throws the rest of the way. And again, back to the line goes Johnson.
And you see a little push in the back there by Diallo. And
Johnson, 8 of 13 on the season. Freshman out of William Allen, 61% his first time at the stripe tonight. That's a little hard, but is that Adderley got his hand in there?
He's crafty on those foul shots. That's the second time he's done that tonight. Gets them within one.
4-0 run now for the Cougars to get back within a point.
Now look at Luzerne. It's got to go into the high. That's backcourt. Yeah. Yeah. See what? It was tipped by Rouse, but Roundtree gained possession before he crossed that timeline. So that's a good call.
See what coach is talking about right there.
See right there. Now, if he lets it go back to the back, see, he gets possession there before he crosses the line. Had he let it go and got his foot down first, it wouldn't have been backcourt, but.
Got to get a guy on this man. He's feeling it tonight. And he's going to go to the line to shoot a couple.
Well, they put the best defender on him, Roundtree. You saw that the last 3 or 4 times coming down the floor, but Rouse challenged him and picked up the foul. You see 1 versus 1, and maybe a little bit of a reach there.
Rouse back to the line.
Yeah, if you're Luzerne, that's not the guy you want to see on the line.
Not at all. 2 for 2 on the night. Make that 3 for 3. He has 21 now.
Yeah, 78% foul shooter on the year.
He had 17 against Passaic, 23 against Harrisburg this year. And he's feeling it here. Hit 4 threes in this second half, trying to connect and give Lehigh Carbon another lead.
But sometimes when you have games like this, the net doesn't even move. He's swishing them from everywhere, and confidence builds up. You don't think you can miss. He doesn't think he can miss right now, Rouse.
So that 1-on-1 now on for Luzerne, because the foul's on Johnson, and that's 7. Yeah, bonus now for Luzerne, and that will put Roundtree on the line, 79% on the line on the year.
Well, if this game comes down to foul shooting with 5 minutes to go with both teams in the bonus, you'd have to say the edge goes to Lehigh Carbon. However, Luzerne's shooting pretty well from the stripe today, so you never know.
And we're tied at 60 again. Roundtree to give him the lead. His first foul shots on the night. He's got 10 points in the double digits for this sophomore. And he connects on the second. 30-second timeout for Luzerne. We'll stay right here.
Now you take these games in segments, 4 or 5 minute segments. It's got to be full. They were asking for a 30, but they don't have a 30, so they had to go full. So you want to take this into 4 or 5 minute segments, and that's what Coach Struthers wants to do. He's got a young team. He's building a program. He wants to talk them through these crunch times. With 5 minutes to go, he wants to make sure everybody's on the same page.
Here's what we have coming up. We're going to showcase some girls' high school hoops next week. We'll have North Pocono at Abington in the pink game on Tuesday. Then the big showdown again for the 3rd time this season between Scranton Prep and Scranton. And then we'll get down to Dallas. Check out Hazleton and Dallas Wyoming Valley Conference action. That's on February 8th. So it's a full timeout from Luzerne. And 61-60 the score. Both teams now going to shoot free throws the rest of the way. 5:03 left.
Yeah, I hope we don't have to go. I hope you don't have to go anywhere, do you? There's going to be some foul shooting in the next 5 minutes.
No, we're going to be here a while. I know. They were asking me before the game, how long did this game you go? College, 2 hours.
Yeah, sometimes.
I don't know, what are we at now? It's 6:44. Yeah, we'll be right at the 2-hour mark. So Luzerne only has 1 timeout left, plus the media. And that's the difference now with us being here.
Yeah. You lose one that you normally would get, but you pick up 4 each half at the 16, 12, 8, and 4 minute mark. So you do have plenty.
So after the timeout, it will be Lehigh Carbon ball. down a point. So now we're going back and forth on the scoreboard. Full court pressure.
Yeah, full court pressure.
Knocked away from Hanif.
Well, you know, that's a mindset. You know, it's difficult for them to get the ball inbounds, and you win that battle. Even though you didn't come up with the steal, you tipped it out of bounds. You've won that battle. You know it's going to be difficult.
Here's Adderley. Again, you got to stop him. Knocked away, and we'll go over to Luzerne.
Once again, there's that guy Roundtree in on that play. Got his hand in there.
Got a big wet spot on the floor. Right at the free throw line, right where Roundtree is. They're going to grab a towel, so we'll have a little break here. So 9 fouls for Luzerne, 7 for Lehigh Carbon.
Yeah, a little bit less pressure when Lehigh Carbon goes to the line. Now it's not 1-on-1 anymore, but Luzeurne's still in the 1-on-1.
Lehigh Carbon as a team, Doug talked about 63%, Luzerne 65%. So on paper, Luzerne has an advantage.
Yeah, and you would think at home you'd have an advantage as well.
Look, get a crowd, a little bit of some noise, a crowd behind you here. Nice to see some of the students come out, some of the administration here as they welcome back men's basketball to campus in Nanticoke. Inside to Hanif, they're in that zone. Going to work it to the best shot.
They're trying to get Daniels on the post, but good job by Joseph Davis.
Johnson, nice move. I'm not sure he should take it to 3, but tried to force it in, and we're going to have a possession arrow over to Lehigh Carbon. All right, so Cougar ball.
You got Shepard back on the floor.
Roundtree coming from behind.
There's that guy again.
To Davis, the pump fake, no good. Daniels, a big board, and wrapped up, and we're going to get a foul.
Yeah, they got a foul.
Yeah. It will be a
Joseph
foul.
Davis, that's for sure. Daniels is going the line.
Davis is 4th. Here's the battle.
You see, good strong move. Might have got away with a shuffle, but good rebound there by Daniels. And then, you know, that's about the 4th or 5th time that Lehigh Carbon's done that. You're better off hustling back on defense and letting that go once the guy comes down with that board.
So Daniels had 9 in the first half, only 1 field goal in the second. This is the first time he's going to the free throw line here in the second half. We're 4:16 left in the game. And he's connected pretty well tonight from the line.
Yeah, he's got good balance. He's got knee bend. He's got his fingers spread on the ball. He's got fingertip control, good rotation.
I don't want to, do I jinx him?
Yeah, I don't know what he jinxed him.
No, I won't jinx him yet. I'll tell you in a second.
He's got huge hands, too.
I was going to say he made 3 in a row. He didn't make that one. So 2-point lead now for the home team. Trying to pick up win number 5 on the season. They're letting him work. We're going to get a foul.
Yeah, Roundtree with the steal, and then they're going to get
Abram.
They're going to get Abram with the foul, yeah. He's going to say, is that a grab? Maybe an intentional foul. He kind of grabbed his leg. Let's see what happens here. Roundtree comes up with the steal, and then they may get an intentional here.
Trip.
Yeah, they might get an intentional on Abram.
They did.
Yeah.
Taylor User called it. We're going to get an intentional foul. So it's 2 free throws in possession, correct?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
And now, of course,
That's
Coach
huge.
Atkins wants to know why.
Yeah. That looked intentional, that leg coming up to trip Roundtree. But boy, I'll tell you what, Roundtree, what a great job he's done on the defensive end all night long. He's forced about 7 or 8 turnovers. He's 3 or 4 steals himself. He's really turned this game around for Luzerne on the defensive end.
He has 12 points. So Luzerne has 3 players in double digits.
Now, this is
Roundtree
crucial.
makes
This
that.
is crucial, Bob. You get 2 here, and then
Yep.
maybe a basket here, and then you go from just being up 2 to maybe up 6 or 7 in one possession. So this could be a pivotal point here with only 4 minutes to go.
Some players are in foul trouble. Diallo, who's on the bench. Hanif has 3. And Hanif with a little floater, can't get it go. Daniels, no one boxing him out. And the 6'7" center lays it back in. And it's a 4-point play and a 6-point lead for the home team.
If you're Lehigh Carbon now, you got to be patient. You don't have to chuck it up real quick, but you got to get a good one. That's a good one.
Yeah, Shepard front of the rim. He was hot there. Adderley rebound, no good. Daniels comes in and gets bounced, and we'll take a timeout. 3:28 left in this game, and Luzerne's feeling it coming. Can they finish it out? We'll find out on the other side. Well, here you see Lehigh Carbon County coach Roscoe Atkins, 6th season with the Cougars. His team trails by 6 here at the Atherton Gymnasium. Luzerne's forged ahead. Nice little 6-0 run, coach. And we'll explain the foul the last time. Referee Layton came over and talked to you.
Yeah, so they get a flagrant 1, they call it. The trip was intentional. He did lift his leg to trip. So, I mean, I wouldn't say it was malicious, but
yeah,
you got to give him a flagrant 1. Anytime there's a trip like that or a hard foul above the shoulders, it's automatic. It's got to be flagrant. So that was what the call was, a flagrant 1. So no, just a penalty, no infraction on the player disciplinary wise. So just a flagrant 1 with 2 shots in the ball, and it was a productive trip for Luzerne. They made both foul shots and then they scored on the possession. So it was a 4-point play.
2 timeouts left for the Cougars, just 1:30 left for the Trailblazers. 3:28 left in this back-and-forth game. Both teams have led. Lehigh Carbon in the first half led by 10. It was a 6-point lead at the half for Luzerne, and that's what it is now. And Daniels can't get that one to roll in. So obviously he's been working on the free throws.
Yeah, you can see that he's thinking about his form and how he's supposed to do this, and the balance and his footwork and his fingers. Yeah, and that was a little bit smoother.
So he has 15. He's the team's leading scorer. And 7-point lead now. Adderley running the point. He's a guy that likes to take it to the hole, and he tried, but he was tied up. A jump ball goes to Luzerne. That's been the MO of Adderley all night.
Yeah. Good hands by Beasley. Beasley got his hand in there. Look at him. He's a little pumped up. Beasley coming out of there. He got his hand in there and forced the jump ball. You see, watch for Beasley get his hand right there. Knocked it loose, and then the possession arrow goes to Lehigh Carbon. Now they're saying, Coach, they're going to talk it over this. Coach Struthers is saying, hey, let's check this out. Who got the last one? Yeah.
Question on the possession arrow.
Yeah, I'm not sure which way it goes. So it's going away. Yeah, it's going away. Yeah. You got to credit Coach Struthers for picking that up. He was the only guy that had it for a bit.
So now a chance for Lehigh Carbon to pick up full court. Luzerne now trying to get the ball down the floor without turning it over.
Yeah,
into the hands of Beasley Jr.
If you're Lehigh Carbon, you just got to play straight up defense. You've gone this far now, you don't want to commit a foul this late in the shot clock.
3 minutes left in this Eastern Pennsylvania Athletic Conference game. 5 of the shot clock. Way downtown, Roundtree, but it hit the backboard. Here comes Adderley. Over to Shepard. Shepard and Rouse have been connecting on the threes tonight.
Well, if you're Lehigh Carbon, you don't have to rush one. Take your time and get a good one. A lot of times teams will panic and throw up a bad one here. But make sure you get a good shot.
Adderley posting up. Shepard wide open 3 in the corner, no good. Hanif the rebound. Shepard came down awkwardly on his foot. He's coming back gingerly. And Hanif brings it over, and we're coming up on the 2-minute mark.
Well, if you're Luzerne now, you want to run as much clock as you can. Even if you don't score, it's not a bad thing if you run 25 seconds off the clock.
Knocked out of the hands of Daniels as he tried to get the baseline. No foul call.
Now 10 left on the shot clock. You see the drive here, and Abram knocked it away.
10 on the shot clock you just mentioned. Inside, Daniels up and down. They're going to call it for a jump ball. So that will go over to Lehigh Carbon. And he might have got smacked in the face as well to Jonathan Daniels.
Yeah, he's holding his nose like he got popped a little bit. Let's see. Oh yeah, right there on the when the ball did come in before he started his motion, he did get popped on the nose.
Rouse can't connect on that one. He didn't really get a chance to set his feet. Adderley going to force his way in and get called a foul, and Adderley will go to the line to shoot 2.
A design play there for Rouse coming off a double screen. They send 2 people down low to screen for him to free him up and then close that gap, see if he can get a wide open look. It was a little too deep for him.
Adderley to the line. Roundtree's 4th foul. Can't connect.
That's
2 timeouts left for the Cougars again. 1 for the Trailblazers.
That's the way it's been going for Adderley all night long.
Connects on 1.
I think if you're Luzerne, you still want to be a little aggressive. Maybe one more possession, take it strong to the basket.
Get the ball in the Roundtree's hands. That's what they want to do, work the shot clock a little bit. Back to Hanif. Good move by him. Daniels knocks it free. Here comes Adderley. And probably a good foul. He's going to send Adderley to the line. Roundtree, though, I believe just fouled out. I have him for 5, and yep, that's what the scorer's table says. So Francois Roundtree gave him nice minutes tonight, 12 total points, and he's going to have to sit this one out.
Yeah, really played a great game, especially on the defensive end. He wreaked all kinds of havoc. You see he steps in front. Adderley didn't handle it right. And then they get Roundtree with the foul there. But what a game he played, especially on the defensive end, Roundtree.
You mentioned foul shooting. Roundtree connects on that. Adderley.
Yeah, 1 out of 2 each time.
Yep, each time. Full court press to get it into Johnson's hands. Over to Pinchera. I don't know if I want that shot unless it goes. It did not go. Early in the shot clock. Here comes Rouse. He's going to force him, I'm sure.
Well, Coach Struthers didn't want that. He was telling him to back it out. You're right, Bob. Yeah, that's it. That's no. Good if it goes. Yeah. Good
That's
shot
right.
if it went in, right?
Rouse in the hole. Can't get that one to go, but he'll go to the line. No travel called, and they're going to pick the foul up on Beasley Jr.
You see the strong drive here by Rouse. You know, they're crowding him on the perimeter. Beasley goes out and gets him because he's made so many threes, and Rouse smart enough to take it to the basket.
Rouse to the line.
Yeah.
Rouse connects on that one.
He's having a day. He feels confident. Let's see about this one. A lot of noise here. See if he can focus, see if he can concentrate.
And he connects on both, and they'll get a timeout for Lehigh Carbon. 48 seconds left in this back and forth ball game. It's been a good one here in Nanticoke. Both teams have had their lead. But now let's see if Luzerne can hang on.
Now you got to make fouls, that's for sure. You got to be good with the ball. Now you know Lehigh Carbon's going to come with all kinds of pressure, grabbing and trying to come for steals. So if you're Luzerne, you got to be sharp with the ball. You got to hit the open man, and you're probably instructed to take a layup and a layup only.
Okay, 1 timeout each remaining. 3-point ball game.
Now you don't have to foul if you're Lehigh Carbon. You don't have to foul right now. You can play this possession straight up.
Well, are you putting Daniels down or leaving him in the game? He's your worst free throw shooter, right?
Well, he's got to be in the game for rebounding purposes on the other end. Plus, he might be sneaking there and get an offensive rebound as well. But, you know, too, even bad foul shooters, not bad foul shooters, but when you're suspect at the line and you've been there a lot in one game, you start to feel a little bit more comfortable. So you wouldn't mind seeing him go to the foul line, especially with less pressure with a 2-shot foul now, not a 1-on-1.
Been to the line 7 times tonight, and they get a quick foul, and it will be Johnson who will go to the line. 79% shooter.
Yeah, I don't think they were trying a foul, but they got ticketed for a foul.
I mentioned some guys being in trouble with fouls. That's 5 fouls.
Yeah, that's Johnson's 5th.
On Robert Johnson?
I believe it was on Robert Johnson, yeah.
No.
Oh, I guess it was on, yeah.
Yeah,
I guess it was on
Abram.
So it's his 5th.
Yep. So Sullivan goes into the game off the bench. Maybe if he needs to foul, you won't foul if you're leading, though.
No, well, and he hasn't attempted too many foul shots this year, if any.
This is the guy, if you're Luzerne, this is the guy you want on the line.
Absolutely, 79% foul shooter, top 10 in the conference. And if you're Luzerne, you got to keep number 1 off the foul line. He's also a 79er, Rouse.
Great rebound by Johnson. He's fighting for it. He's going to call for a travel. Came off, exploded off the line, picked up the rebound, but just couldn't get it to another player and fell down.
Yeah, you see the foul shot. It hits hard off the back iron, and then came right back. Nobody stepped in front of the shooter, and Johnson comes up with the rebound, but travel.
Okay. Don't need a 3 if you're Lehigh Carbon.
They're trying to post up Adderley.
Yep.
Good job again by Beasley down low on defense. Really doing a really good job on Adderley this second half.
2-possession game. That's the advantage Luzerne has. 30 left in this contest. Luzerne trying to pick up win number 5 on the year in their first season back.
I imagine it's going to go into number 1's hand at some time, no?
Rainbow shot put up by Acevedo. Daniels down, tried to dunk it, and got his own rebound.
The rim blocked the first one.
And they get a turnover. This could be the ball game.
Sullivan.
Quickly fouled by Rouse.
Sullivan, maybe that's why he was put in the ball game. He came up with that steal.
How about that possession?
Yeah, you can laugh about it now if you're Luzerne and you're Daniels, but 30 seconds ago you weren't too thrilled with that. Now you got to credit Luzerne's defense from about the 8-minute mark left in the first half, and all of the second half they played really solid defense.
Off the bench, you said Sullivan might be cold. He made that one, and Coach Streller's going to look at the free throw shooting tonight and be impressed and be happy because that's what's going to lead to this victory.
Yeah. When you're home, you got to get to the foul line, and they did a really good job getting to the foul line.
So we'll come back with our players of the game, one of those being Jonathan Daniels and the other Francois Roundtree. We have 0.4 seconds left in this one. Win number 5, and it's a big one here. Let's see if that can jumpstart this Luzerne team a little bit. 2 wins in a row for them, and that won't count. So a big win for the Trailblazers at home against their rivals from the south, the Cougars of Lehigh Carbon Community College. When we come back, we'll talk to our players of the game, and we'll wrap things up. Well, welcome back to the Atherton Gymnasium. A big win for the Trailblazers of Luzerne County Community College, led by this guy, 17 points. The big guy, 6'7", freshman Jonathan Daniels. And Jonathan, you're the biggest guy on the floor out there. How much did that take advantage for you tonight?
A a lot in a lot of ways. My rebounding, you know, a lot of ways. Yeah, it was a big win. I mean,
How big a win was it for you? I mean, it's the first year back. I mean, you guys are coming together.
Yeah.
You pick up win number 5, but against a rival.
I really wanted that win. We really wanted that win. You know, we went up there, beat them. They came down here, beat them again. You know, so we really need that win. Yeah.
Got to work on those free throw shooting, though.
I mean, I thought they did pretty.
I
good.
thought he did pretty good.
I thought they did pretty good. Yeah. I thought they did pretty good, but. Yeah.
Well, good luck the rest of the way. Let's bring in Roundtree or Ranchwell. Roundtree, 12 points off the bench. Kind of the spark plug, too, as well. Big win for you guys tonight.
Sir, thank you so much. Yeah, we need this one today. We had a couple games losses, but today we kicked it in together as a team, came as a unit, and got the job done.
What was the difference? Because they kept forcing the issue. They came back, a nice back-and-forth battle.
Staying together, that's what was the key. In the past, we always kind of break down when the team's going their runs, but today we stuck together, got the job done like we needed to.
How important is it the first year back? You guys all know that the history here to come out and get the crowd here and get these guys back on campus.
Yes, sir. Yeah, this year was a big year since we have been gone for the COVID years and everything like that. Thank God we got everything going on this year and getting the job going so far.
Can this spark something now the rest of the way?
Absolutely. We're going to get the job done for sure. Hopefully make a playoff push for sure.
Well, congratulations. Go be with your coach, and we'll bring Doug back in. 72-64, the final score, win number 5. And, you know, it's a big one here against the rival. Maybe it can spark something now the rest of the season.
Well, he's talking about playoffs. I mean, you're top 12. You still got a chance to get the playoffs. It might be a road game, but you still got a shot. But those two guys played outstanding offensively and defensively. Roundtree turned the game around on the defensive end. Their defense, like I said in the broadcast, from the 8-minute mark in the first half all throughout the rest of the second half, outstanding, and that's what propelled them to the win.
You're watching Luzerne County Community College men's basketball on MyTV WQMY.